So Grand Slam track Philly is upon us now, and we have a very, very strong field in the women's short sprints. Now, we saw in Miami, actually, we saw in Kingston and Miami, we've seen high quality performances across the board. Miami specifically, where we saw some 10-7s dropped, we saw some, some fast times dropped. Now here going into Philly, we're going to see a very similar field with some of the names. Of course, all the racers are there, as well as a few familiar challengers. We also adding a few different names as well. Someone like Dean Smith is here, but Melissa Jefferson-Wooden, she's coming off of winning both Kingston and Miami. Gabby Thomas is still in this field. Tamari Davis as a challenger, she's going to be in here. So we have a pretty strong field that I would say going into Philly. I wonder what you're thinking, as we kind of assess the field. And do you think this is Melissa Jefferson-Wooden's race to lose once again? Is this her slam to lose, considering she swept both Kingston and Miami?
I'm gonna say no
Mm,
because um, first off, all the respect to what she's done to this point, but now I'm also looking at it from a different lens. Jamaica, she won, and I'll go out on a limb and say I didn't really feel like that. I don't think they gave her a field that was worthy of her talent.
in Jamaica. Okay,
In other words,
okay.
like she was here and y'all were whatever the second level was. Because the two like as far as a collective for where they were in the season, because she came ready. Let's start there. She came ready. Like she came like I'm gonna go off. I'm like for what we at in the season, for where I'm at in my training, she went off. Some other athletes have a very different plan. So as a result, they're running hard, but like they're tempering their expectations. So when I say that, I mean like when she did it again in Miami, that was the one that meant more to me
Mm,
because Gabby comes down, Tamari Davis, who's here now, comes in. Tamari Davis feel like she could be Melissa Jefferson Wood. I promise you that.
yeah, Tamari's good.
She feel like she's one of those athletes who she just happened to be American. Sorry. Like if she ran for Trinidad or something, they would love her. But she not.
Tamari's special.
It just
Tamari's
is what it is.
special.
So as a result, she just kind of in that zone where if I don't break through and go top three at the right time, because she did it in the past. Remember, she was 20 in 2023.
2023. Yeah, she made the world championship final in the 100 meters. Not only made the team, but made the final at Worlds that
Yeah.
year.
So I mean, for what it's worth. So I mean, you fast forward to now, it's like, okay, Gabby Thomas, I've still taken to win the 200. So let's reverse engineer the conversation because Brittany
Mm,
Brown, I'm assuming she'll do better at this slam. I'm just gonna assume,
yeah.
but like, I'm still not taking her to beat Gabby right now. Not from
No,
what
no,
I
no, no.
saw. I don't think enough is gonna happen between then and now. So, and Gabby Thomas, matter of fact, we having the conversation all wrong. I got to kick it to you on this. Gabby Thomas wants to win this because
That's true.
she's not staying in the short sprint after this. She's going to the boss battle. We'll
Oh
talk
yeah,
about that
that's a
another
good
time.
point.
I
Yeah,
call it the
that's
boss
true.
battle because, spoiler alert, we're going to get Gabby Thomas, Sydney McLaughlin-Lavroni, and Marileidy Paulino and Salwa Eid Naser all in the long sprints in
In
LA. That's
Los
the boss
Angeles.
battle. It's the final
Yeah,
boss
yeah.
battle.
The boss battle. That is
So,
crazy.
so like, she's getting ready for the boss battle. So as a result, she's just like, yo, let me check this off on the way there. Like, am I right?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, and
So
she wants to win that. She was disappointed in Miami when she didn't win that slam. Like she wanted to actually win the whole thing. But the question is, can she actually do it here? Because she got to go through some of the same people. Melissa,
she just
Tamari.
need somebody else just has. Okay, let's back up. Is Gabby going to beat Melissa on 100? No, I don't see
No,
that.
no, no, no,
But
no.
can somebody else beat Melissa? That's what she needs. She needs someone else to beat her.
Okay, yeah, that's true. Oof, that is true.
So who is the person? Let's go
It,
this way.
it,
Who
man,
here could do it?
the
And by
only
could do it, I mean
person
do it actually. Like not in theory, not down the year later, not in the
like
past
right
season.
now.
Like right now, who could do this? Because we know what she's looking like. Who could do it? Because Tamari Davis, the only one who I think could actually do it.
Tamara Davis is the only person who could actually do it. And like you can like in Miami, Tamara Davis actually almost did it. Like Melissa ran, it was windy, but she ran 10.76. Tamara Davis ran 10.79. It's not like she ran 10.8 or something. She was actually kind of close. So in theory, Tamari Davis could beat Melissa, which would, like you said, then play into Gabby's favor. But
She just
will
can't let her have
she?
12 points in the 100. That's all.
That's the
As
thing.
long as she
Yeah.
doesn't get 12 points in the 100 and it goes down to 8, she be all right.
Yeah. Well, but then that also means Gabby has to finish ahead of all these other women, right? So
I
do
mean,
we think she's going to finish? Because we got Dean Asher Smith in this field. Do we think she's going to beat out Dean
well,
Asher Smith
here's the thing. Let's go. Well, is she going to beat her in the 100? She
in the
could.
100?
She
She
could.
could.
I mean, I don't think she will, but she could. I mean, I'll say it. Okay, let's go to the whole point score thing though, because maybe I'm
Hmm.
doing the math wrong. 8 plus 8 is 16. So as long as Melissa don't win the 100, she ain't getting more than 16 points.
Very true. Very
You see what
true.
I'm saying? So now all Gabby needs to do is come back with 4 points. And last time I checked, like to at least tie that score. And four
So
points is
okay,
what? 4 points is fifth.
yeah, 4 points is fifth. So that
So
would
she
get
just
her.
got to be bet. Melissa can't win the 100, and she got to get at least. If she can get fourth and Melissa don't win, it's a wrap.
That's true.
I got
So
Gabby
okay,
on for the two in the 200. It's over.
well, okay. So you think it's a foregone that Gabby is going to win the two? Because also I'm remembering Tamari Davis. She didn't run sub 20, but she was kind of close to Gabby in the 200. She ran 20.04, I think, and Gabby
You
was 21.
202204.
I'm sorry, 22.04, and I think Gabby was 21.9. So it's not like there was a massive gap. So you
Yeah, I
think it's
feel you.
foregone?
But do you
Foregone?
really? There's a difference between like the 200 is a little different because like okay, Gab. Let's give credit where credit is due.
Yeah.
Let's stop talking crazy. Gabby Thomas in the 200-meter dash is in a. She is where Kenny Bednarik is in that event in terms of like there's only a small group of people who could realistically beat her in a 200.
Of course, it's true. That's
Let's
true.
be honest. Now, there's that Sydney McLaughlin-Lavroni, incident that happened in LA last year,
Yeah.
which is why we call it the final boss battle for a reason. But aside from that, when Gabby has put her mind to it, which I think she has for this slam, the short list of women who have a prayer of beating her, we're not even talking about go and do it. We're talking about the prayers, is Julian Alfred, Sharika Jackson when she's looking like Sharika Jackson. Am I missing somebody who's in the game right now?
The only other one, I mean, she's not active right now, but is Elaine Thompson Hira. Her status is
Yeah,
unknown, but that's a
like
whole,
because I don't.
yeah.
Yeah, like even Sha'Carri Richardson in top form. If she's in
No,
top
no, no.
form, so is Gabby, and I don't believe you're beating her.
Yeah,
So
no, no, no,
like,
no.
but Julian Alfred, I think could get you.
And yeah, there exactly.
Like
You're
I've seen,
right. Those are the only
yeah.
ones.
So as a result, like I thought, like let's stop talking crazy. Like, like,
It's true.
like,
No, it's true.
like,
It's true.
like that's how when Brittany Brown won Atlas, it was a big deal
Yeah, that was a surprise. But then
because it's
even
like,
then, it's like Brittany obviously is amazing, but it's like it was after the season. Gabby hadn't run since the Olympics. So there's like some caveats there. Like on paper though, it's like, Brittany is not in the league of Gabby Thomas in top form. So yeah, I mean, no, that's fair. And I do think I have no idea, but one of the reasons Gabby was close to Tamari was because she was disappointed in what happened in the 100. So because she finished like fourth place there and she knew she wasn't in a good position. So now I do think in Philly, she's probably going to turn up in the 100 to set herself up well to win the 200 and try and win this slam. But like you said, she has to hope that someone, in this case Tamari, is the only one
in
really
Tamari
who
we trust,
she has to hope that Tamari
in
beats out
Tamari
Melissa.
we trust. That's
But
what it came to. But see, but this is
but
all a testament to Melissa Jefferson-Wooden's talent and her
exactly.
success. That we're now because now you have to start game. You see how at this point it feels like a game plan.
Yeah.
Like we're actually trying to come up with a scheme. We ain't even the defense, but we're out here trying to figure out a world in which. So you know what? That's why I'm like, it's clear. It's Melissa Jefferson-Wooden and Gabby Thomas. I mean, when you ask me for my picks, you still got to put them at the top two because if we spent this much time trying to figure out how to make Melissa lose, clearly it's because she don't want to lose. So
Mhm. Yeah.
there's that. And then you can pick your order on how you see it going. It's just that Melissa Jefferson Wooden, I feel like her, hmm, you know what? I take it back. I'll put them right next to each other in terms of
Mhm.
where they're strong. But I actually still think, again, If she do it this slam, then I'll change my mind. But then again, I don't think they got anybody coming to beat her in LA.
Mm,
I mean, let Brittany Brown want to finally turn up. Like, I mean, I
yeah,
don't think anybody coming.
I don't know.
Unless
Yeah.
maybe they gotta bring back Tamari again. Tamari we trust. Like I'm saying, like I don't think anybody's actually gonna show up. Because here's the other thing. Think like an athlete, like yes, you may, they get the Grand Slam and they're at the stage, but if you're like an actual A-lister or like the B plus list, the
Hmm.
people with like Olympic finals, I maybe got world medals in a relay to go along with these finals and world finals and so on, did it multiple times. Do you really want to race Melissa Jefferson-Wooden in the month of May?
Right now, she's on fire.
Do you
It's
really want to?
she's on fire.
You
Like
could, but it's like, I don't really want to. So it's like, because those are the ones who can do other stuff in theory. It's only the people who ain't them who's like, I ain't got no choice.
yeah,
Like,
that's the thing. It's tough. So, I mean, looking at the field, who do you think? Who are you taking? Melissa or Gabby
I'm
to
going Gabby
win?
one.
You're okay, you're going Gabby one to win the slam. Ooh.
Gabby, Melissa Jefferson Wooden two. And in Tamari, we trust three.
Wow. Okay. So I have the same top three, but I have
Wait, I'm
Melissa.
sorry. Take that back. I'm sorry.
What?
I apologize for what I just said. For Gabby to win, Melissa can't. I need Tamari to win the 100. So no, it has to be Tamari has to get
Okay.
second. Like just mathematically, she would have to get second. So now Melissa Jefferson would become third.
Yeah. Well,
So yeah,
okay.
sorry.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. Well, I guess because I have this same top three. I've Melissa, I've Gabby, and I've Tamari. But is there a world now? I don't think so. But is there a world where Gabby just finds a new gear and she finishes like second or third? Like she finishes like second in the 100? Could that happen? Where she just like turns up?
I mean, if she finishes second in the 100, then this slam is over.
It's true. It's true.
That's why, like, but like I'm assuming for the purposes of entertainment for the people at home. Like, because at that point, if you're now watching the Gabby show in that final, if it's the 100, then the 200, then you're watching the
Yeah.
Gabby show in the 200.
Yeah.
That's what you're doing. Like, I mean, granted, it ain't Sydney's level of dominance in her event.
Yeah.
Like, it ain't that, but it's whatever the next level is.
Yeah.
Where, like
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
said, there's a short list of people who are actually going to beat her when she actually wants to win. I mean, again, I mean, because she ain't never going to come back. She's never going to race Sydney in a 200 again because she's going to do it again. From what we expect, she ain't never
Yep.
going to do it the way she did in LA that last time.
Nope.
That's
I-
not happening. It's like nah, like it's like no, no, no. I got beat by you. Like this ain't happening.
That was yeah, that was not it. That was not it. I will say I don't know her training cycles and all kinds of things, but like around this time last year was when she did lose last year. And that's when she said like, "Oh, it's just a training block." I don't think that's going to happen in terms of like I know she wants to show up, but just I guess context. There that
Yeah,
race
well,
was around this time last year.
isn't this calendar a little different than last year? So,
It's very true, very
so
true.
I'm sure. I mean, hey, I'm not the coach who's doing the training method
Yeah,
cycles
yeah,
or
yeah, yeah.
whatever. I'm just assuming that they're doing it how they want to. But I'll say this much: I would just, well, if it was me, I would just schedule all the slams on recovery weeks and just kind of let them go out there and run hard at the back. But all that being said, I'm thinking again, Brittany Brown. I'm just waiting to see it, so she could shock me. And I mean, Tamari Davis, I know what I saw.
Yeah.
That's the difference. Dina Asher Smith, I feel like her and Daryl need to both like. I get the sense that their season doesn't start till Worlds.
Yeah, they don't have to go to their or they don't have to like seriously, put effort at their trials. They
Yeah,
have a whole different thing. They're good.
yeah.
They're
It
good.
feels it feels like their season doesn't start till then, which is why it's like I'm not overlooking them out of like just callousness, like just ignoring. It's just like it feels like they're not really getting started yet. Like they're here and they're racing, but like they ain't try like they're not gonna give us like that a performance that really threatens to me. But then again, if I had to pick a wild card, even then it like so see when you ask me, like when you get down to the wild card, because I already gave you my three.
Hmm.
It was, Gabby, Tamari, Melissa. 'Cause I'm not picking Melissa out of the top three. Like that's
No, no
out.
way.
So,
Way.
like for with that in mind, like, you know, then you move over to, I guess, Brittany Brown as the wild card. But I'm gonna skip here. Shout out to Jaden Mays, who's coming to the field.
Oh, Jaden Mays is in here. Yeah.
Yeah, shout out to her because,
Yeah.
she was doing it at Oregon, year in, year out for a while, helped them win an NCAA indoor. And now she's on the pro circuit. So, I mean, because the way her eligibility
Yeah.
and everything played out. So, do I think she's going to beat these women? No, I don't. Because I just saw Jason Sears come to the slams twice, and I saw what she looked like. And I thought what Jaden May looked like Wraith and Jason Sears enough to know that if
Mm.
Jason Sears can't beat them, you ain't beating them.
Yeah.
And
She in this field, and I would say this field compared to what Jasis ran at, especially in Kingston, like, yeah, this is a much tougher field. So
yeah, 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 yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So I mean, I think for me, I'd probably give Dean Asher Smith my wild card. Brittany Brown, I think I just need to see a little bit more from her. She started the season a little late. It's no slight to her, of course, but like I think Dina, I've just seen a little bit more from her, and she ran at least a 200 at Grand Slam in Kingston, and she got third place there behind Gabby. So I at least know how she is. So I'm gonna give Dina my wild card. Um,
I
but
mean,
yeah.
I could easily give the wild card to Daryl. See, if I use your logic, I'm giving it to Daryl Nita. I mean, like if I was using that for my wild card, I just gave it to Brittany Brown on Legacy.
Well, even Brittany beat out Daryl Nita actually in both Miami, in both the 100 and the 200 in Miami. So even then, it's like Daryl actually hasn't been doing as well as
Yeah,
we would expect. But
yeah. I just feel like she's just gonna keep kind of
going up, yeah, that's probably true. That's probably
that.
true.
I mean, other people everybody has their thing, but I just because at the end of the day, I told you how I view her, where I feel like she just find a way to be in the mix,
Of course, yeah,
regardless of who the field is. So it's like throw me out there, just give me eight women in the world and say race them. She'll find a way to mix it up with them.
yeah, yeah.
Whereas,
Daryl is like Daryl actually on paper, she's like one of the better athletes. She was fourth place. At the only people who beat her at the Olympic Games were Julian Alfred, Sha'Carri Richardson, and Melissa Jefferson in that 100. Like no one else beat her. So on paper, she's actually one of the best in the world. But
oh yeah,
yeah,
well, yeah, I mean, well, this is a Grand Slam track, and like I said, in Tamari we trust because she holds the keys to this slam, even though I don't think she's winning it.
yeah,
She could shock the world though.
she
She
could.
could. If she wins the 100, Gabby doesn't. And the thing, if she wins the 100 and can get up there in the two, was she second in the 200 last time?
She was second in the two. So if
Oh,
she
if
wins,
she wins the
yeah,
100 and gets second in the two, then I guess she gets it.
it would actually be over. Tamari, because if she wins the 100, there's no way she's finishing less than second in the 200, in my
You,
opinion.
you,
Like, so
well, I mean, I mean, you say there's no way. I say there definitely exists a world in which, you know, because Melissa Jefferson wasn't like far off on her.
no, she was close. She ran it was Gabby Thomas 21.9, Tamari Davis 22.0, and then Melissa Jefferson 22.1. So, Melissa Jefferson put in work, but I'm just thinking if Tamari Davis wins the 100 over Melissa, I don't think Melissa is then going to somehow turn up more in the 200 than Tamari would. Like Tamari at that point, she's on one. Like she is rolling. Like she's rolling. So yeah, that would have to that'd be crazy. That'd be
Well,
crazy.
I mean, okay, fine then. Well, look, I'm sticking with my picks, but I probably picked them wrong. And because like I said, in Tomorrow We Trust, which is funny. You would think that I had her number one. I just feel like she holds the keys to this entire slam with
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
everything,
yeah.
because she's the only person who is kind of like the X factor on the boards, because she has the ability to kind of demolish the point scores on both sides. So
Yeah,
like I said, that 12-point score, it means so much. So that's why, like, if you have someone who's pretty confidently going to get one of those, I mean, at that point, you can kind of flip a coin on how they're going to finish.
true, true.
Like, will they win? Will they not win? So, hey, that's my word.
That's what it is. Do we want to flip over to the women's long sprints really quick and take a look at that field?
Very much so. That said, though, with the women's long sprints, well, I feel like we're having a much more unique conversation because we're really debating now Paulino versus Nather. Am I right?
It's Paulino versus Nasser, and then everyone else. That's essentially the
Yeah, like it's
conversation.
it's two different it's two different slams now.
Yeah, two
There's
different
an
things happening.
individual slam between them, and then there's the slam for the field.
Exactly,
But the field has
exactly.
reasons to run. It's just
Oh,
not to beat them.
exactly. I mean, no one is touching either of them, and then the field will be fighting it out for themselves. So we saw Nasser. She went crazy in Kingston at like 48-6, like absolutely blew everyone out the water. Paulino finished third there in that 400 at least, and overall in the standings. But then in Miami, that's where Paulino was like, nah, like I didn't like that. And she circled back and won, beat out Nasser in both the 400 and the 200. Now we're going into Kingston. I don't know. Do you think the tables are going to turn again where Sawa will get the win probably in the 400? Or do you think Paulino, this is it? Like she's going undefeated at this point?
Well, let's back up. There's two ways to say it. One, to answer your question directly, yes, I think Marileidy Paulino is going to win this. Like, hey, I mean, I'm conversational in Spanish. Wouldn't say I'm fluent, but I mean, um, she is my choice, and I don't second guess it. I'm not thinking that hard about it. It
Yeah.
feels pretty safe. Because remember, again, to recap how I understand it, she was behind Gabby in the 200, but NASA
Yep.
didn't beat her. Gabby ain't
Nope.
here. She won the 200 in Miami. Gabby wasn't there to stop her.
Nope.
Then she won the four. I mean, she's going to continue to get faster, but she won the four, which shows that, like, hey, I mean, it's back and forth, even if NASA runs, faster. Like, the whole point is, like, she's going to win the two.
Yeah,
There's nobody in this
that's
field.
locked. Yeah, that's locked.
It's yeah, like the because like she just put down a national record. You know, what I mean, like
Yeah.
she didn't run at World Relays and was supposed to. So I feel like her that whole situation not working out puts even more of an emphasis on this race, where it's like I want to get
Mm.
back out there and show the world what I can do. So, I mean, like,
Yeah.
I'm
No
sorry,
one's
like,
yeah, she's
to
not
me
getting
it's
touched.
that. But on the other side of the discussion, Nather has to win.
Mm.
I feel like she has to win because, like, I don't think she will, but she has to because, like, the thing is, like, okay, she was second at the games, and I guess the discussion that is now opened up is that where you are in this
Mm.
situation? Are you just the second best? Because
Mm.
she has not won a slam. We've had two of them. She didn't win
That's
either.
yeah, she
She
didn't
lost to
win the
somebody
first one.
different both times.
That's true. That's true.
So now it's sort of like, okay, this is your third chance because the final boss battle is coming.
Yeah.
The final boss battle is coming. Gabby's coming back, and you ain't never gonna forget her. And then Sidney McLaughlin Lavroni's coming, and everybody knows that you never count her out.
She's dangerous.
When I see Sydney in these other events, to me it's like don't ever underestimate the heart of a champion.
She's dangerous.
Like
Like
she's like it's like Magic Johnson playing center in the finals in his rookie year with
man.
the Lakers. It's like that's how I see it, where it's like he ain't a center, but he could
But
play center.
yeah,
And
like
he's 6'9", like he could, and he did, and was effective. So Sydney's the same thing, where it's like she could, it will be effective. So for that reason, you see what I'm saying? Like to take what Anson said on our finish line conversation, she has to come to terms with the fact that the time is now.
mhm.
If you're gonna go get $100,000, the time is now.
Yeah, this is it. I essentially agree. Like Paulino, I don't think is losing. She's not losing. Like she took that first loss in Kingston with like, nah, that's never happening again. So she's not losing this. And Nasser, I think Nasser may be closer this time than she was in Miami, but I just can't see her beating out Paulino. But I do think that, like you said, going into Los Angeles, I think Nasser realizes, okay, I can't let this get away from me. and I need to like really step things back up. So she's probably going to use this. She wants to win this. She's going to try and win this. I don't think she will, but she's going to use it as like a stepping stone to say, okay, what do I need to do to try and get past Paulino or get as close to her so that when Sydney comes into the conversation, I can maybe hold her off or something. That's what Nasser is going to use it. But I'd like for me, Paulino number one, Nasser number two, like that. That's what's going to happen this weekend.
I mean, hmm. In the 400, there is a world where NASA wins it. That's fair.
Of course, I mean, of course, yeah,
It's
of
just
course.
so if she wins the four and Paulina wins the two, then what?
I think Paulino in the two is going to have like a bigger gap than Nasser would in the four.
And
Like
that's why she would win it anyway.
that's why she win. Paulino in the two is obviously just way better than Nasser. Like she's much better. But in the 400, Nasser and Paulino are more evenly matched. Even though Nasser ran 48.6 in Kingston or whatever, like Paulino has run that fast before. Like she's run faster than that before. But Nasser has never run as fast as Paulino in the two. So that's the thing.
Yeah.
That's the
Well,
thing.
all right. So put them on the shelf
Mm.
because we both see it going the same way. It's just the discussion now is about, well, like I said, NASA don't have a choice. You got to win this one because at that point, like you go into the final boss battle and you're just kind of, maybe you might get third.
Yeah, oof, that's gonna. I mean,
I said
that's gonna be
maybe.
tough.
I mean, I'm
That's gonna
taking.
be.
I'm not picking her ahead of anybody in the final boss battle. I mean, that, again, that slam. I want to know who the other women come into that long sprints group.
Yeah,
I
we'll have to
mean,
see how that plays
like
out.
I want to see that. But I mean, like what it's like for them. As for back of the group, then because somebody got to get third. I
That's the thing.
mean,
I mean, who you looking at? Because we got Isabel Whitaker. She's coming back as a challenger. We have a couple others, but of course, Alexis Holmes is still in it. Nikisha Price. Like, I don't know who you looking at. And Isabel Whitaker ran really well in Miami. She did
yeah.
actually did
Didn't
pretty
she get
good.
third?
She got I think she got third place overall in the slam. Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna keep this. Even before you said that, I'm gonna keep the same energy because she's going back to the University of Pennsylvania track, and that's her home college track. I mean,
Ooh.
aside from that, like semester she ran at Arkansas, like I mean, like that's her college track. So you know, for that reason, I'm like, she's gonna want to put on a show on that track. She's gonna be very at home. It's gonna be very, I guess some people would even
Yeah.
say surreal or whatever adjective you want to put for her to be running a pro event for very real money in her college stadium with, this
Mm.
field. So, I mean, yeah, you pick her third, but I mean, you could go another route, but from what we've watched thus far, I mean, and we have a past Lamb's worth of evidence to now go off of. I'm gonna just keep it rolling. Stay where.
No rhythm. That's fair. That's fair. I think she'll do really well. I'm actually gonna pick Nikisha Price for third though, because I was looking back. She didn't do well in Kingston, but she did better in Miami, and she actually almost I think she was fourth in the 200. Um, in Miami as well. And I think Nikisha Price is somebody who gets better as the season progresses. And she has to actually have her Jamaican trials in June. So she's kind of like, she has to be ready. Like she has to really be ready in a few weeks. So I think now she's really probably going to turn up. And last year, Nikisha Price ran 48.5 and she ran 48.9 to win NCAAs last year, actually beating out Isabella Whitaker before she transferred over to Arkansas. So I think Nikisha Price for me, I'm picking her for third. But Isabella Whitaker is my wild card for like exactly as you said. This is like her home track in a sense. So, but yeah, that's what I'm looking at.
Hmm. Well, I mean,
Yeah,
hey,
yeah.
I mean, Isabella Wig is my third. I mean, if I need a wild card, I'm taking Alexis Holmes. And
Okay,
again, that's just I call it straight on legacy. Feel like she's a competitor.
it's
She'll
true.
figure
It's
out a
true.
way to mix it up and just be with the field when it's all done. At least when you look at the boards. But again, it's two different slams, man. There's two slams
It
going on.
is.
It's the slam at the top. At this point, they're just taking like because it's interesting how the long sprints evolved for the women, where you
Hmm.
had the Gabby slam where no, I'll be honest, I didn't think Gabby was gonna win, but then she did. That was snap.
Yeah.
She actually did. And then, well, the 200 helped her. But then you move on where, then you get the duel, and now this is the grudge match. So it's like, NASA, this is your time. You're supposed to win. Supposed to get this one. For the purpose of the narrative, for the movie I'm shooting in my head, you're supposed to win this one. But for the final boss battle, all bets are off. And no disrespect, the betting line for you is not going to be high. So as a result, I mean, the time is now. If you want that slam champion, I'm telling you, the time is now. The time is
Man,
now.
it's now, but it's tough. It's tough. Like it's tough. So we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah,
It's
so
My name is Anderson from the Final Leg.
And I'm Coach Rob from SCA Track and Field. And thank you for watching this segment from The Finish Line.
If you want to know what's really going on at the high school and college level, be sure to subscribe to Coach Rob Track and Field.
And if you want more content on the best track and field athletes in the world, be sure to subscribe to The Final Leg.